Hi guys, and welcome back to the Psychic Sleuth channel. So today I'm going to be doing Noah's crime chart. So this is astrology. All right, so don't take it as fact, although you know how I feel about astrology and it aligning with our blueprints. But this is, again, for entertainment purposes only. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty, and this is how we're perceiving the astrology chart. Okay. Forensic astrology has been used for ages to help with crimes and things like that. And I like the astrology now because it validates the readings and helps with locations. And so I really enjoy it. I am just learning. So I'm a baby at this. I do go over this with an astrologer that's teaching me. So I am in the learning stages, but we do go over this together, and I'm slowly learning. Astrology is a lot to learn and understand. And I'm just like learning the most basics of it. Okay. So I will try to dummy it down the best way that I can. You don't really have to pay attention to the signs or the degrees unless you really want to. Just pay attention to what everything means if you really want to understand, because I know sometimes people say it's confusing, but just pay attention to like what the meaning is and putting like the whole chart together as far as what could have happened. It does tend to align with my readings, which you should have probably watched by now. If not, there is going to be a whole playlist on that. So viewer discretion is advised, because there will be some stuff that we talk about here. And again, this is based on the timestamp of when the semi driver found him. So the stuff had already taken place. Okay. I don't know if earlier timestamps would show more or not, but usually, this is going to be probably good enough. So he was already gone at this point. All right. And hopefully I remember everything that we went over. It's been a few days because I wanted to get the readings done first before I put this out. I like to get the readings done before I do the astrology. So I already done 2 readings, and we did the astrology, and then I did the Autowrite, because I like to I like the astrology to validate the readings, not the other way around. And so that's the whole point of me doing the astrology. All right. So if you don't believe me, you can probably believe the astrology more, because it's something that you cannot change. And it is usually very accurate, depending on how you read the chart. Don't get me wrong. People can make mistakes when they're reading a chart, for sure. But this is what we feel happened, and this is our opinion on the situation. Okay. And I'm getting a headache again. I don't know why. I shouldn't be. This is just astrology. But when we were doing it, the lights did go off a few times. So find that interesting. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bring up his astrology chart, and we'll go from there. All the ways to support this channel are down below. All the ways to reach me, and if you want to join the group and look into the book and all of that, there's a link tree down below, and all the description or everything is in the description box down below. Just want to remind you of that. Please like and subscribe. We're trying to grow this channel, and I appreciate I've been working, but I just haven't gotten everything released yet because I wanted to do it in a certain way. So please consider subscribing if you like this content, and please like the videos. It helps the algorithm, and comment if you want to. Only positive comments though. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go over here and look. I'm gonna go on the other screen, look at it so I can see it better. All right. So here we go. So our ascendant is interesting because the ascendant is literally Venus, and it's in Leo. And it's also Black Moon Lilith is right here as well in the ascendant, which is interesting because he's a guy. Like, that's usually feminine energy, kind of, or feminine things. Now, there's a few things that this could mean, and a few ways that we could take it. So, from what I understand, when Venus is representing a guy, it can be someone that's a player or a partier. Also somebody that might be a little like artistic. And it's interesting because I think in the first reading I got someone that was artsy. And so I don't know if he paint or drew or whatever that may be. Maybe someone can validate that, or if music was there. If he liked it, sang it, whatever. I'm not really sure. But that's like, it can represent feminine things, but also, again, a player or partier. But also, this can also be like people were judging him the same way they would a woman. And again, it can indicate a player and partier. Venus is artsy and creative. It's also in Leo, so we got the ego there, prideful, cocky, hatred, jealousy. And Venus is in a Pisces degree, so alcohol, younger. And I want to know if he was like creative or artsy at all, or so the Black Moon Lilith is at a Taurus degree, so he was found around fields and farmland, I guess, but it can be like betrayal or some sort of money involved somewhere. It reminds you of an a-hole crime chart. Venus, it can also be like a lot of women around him. So doing something he shouldn't have been doing. And this could be also destructive due to a woman, like an affair or cheating or something of that sort. Okay. And usually Black Moon Lilith, when they represent this way in the ascendant, which is our victim, this is all about our victim. It's women who are usually found naked on the side of the road. That's usually when you see Black Moon Lilith in a chart in this area. That's usually what it means. It's much rarer that it's a popular jock. So could this be like from humiliation as well? Or how he was showing up to a driver. Like maybe he was maybe he thought he was a female at first, Okay, so now we're going over here to the descendant, and the descendant in this ruler of this is Aquarius. So what rules Aquarius? Our Saturn rules Aquarius. So you have to go and find out where Saturn at, right here in Pisces. Saturn is in the 8th house of death, which Saturn is literally our body. So can't read my writing all of a sudden. So again, Pisces can be drinking. If they weren't drunk, if he wasn't drunk, this wouldn't have happened. With it being there in Pisces with Neptune there as well in retrograde. We have 6 retrograde planets in this chart, so there's going to be a lot of delays, unfortunately. There's already been delays, so just saying. But this was like delusional. This is like delusional energy. Like due to drinking and delusion. So it's at a Gemini degree, which means it could have been filmed, or there could have been communication about it, texting about it, posting or filming. And again, retrograde it's delayed to be leaked. Okay. But they're both like retrograde, like everything Neptune and all this is all retrograde. So Neptune and Taurus could be weed, or if there's any water around there, or it could also be psychosis, like alcohol psychosis, or psychosis caused by alcohol, or getting really upset, that kind of stuff. Okay. And remember our 8th house is of death. Okay. This is basically what causes death: drinking. Like if they wouldn't have been drinking or delusional due to the drinking or any of that, like this might have not have happened. All right. Then we go down here to Mars is in the 3rd house of Libra. Okay, Mars is right here. There's 3rd house. There's Libra. So 3rd house can be cars, or like short distance travel. It can be an argument between 2 people, and remember, when it comes to astrology, there can be multiple meanings, just like cards have multiple meanings, just like visions have multiple meanings. Because I've had someone say, "Oh, well, it can mean this, or this." Yes, because it can have multiple meanings. It just depends on the situation. It could, and it could be all these things are involved as well, which it seems like it. So again, it can be an argument between 2 people. Mars could be the car and or weapon or both. And Libra is usually like a couple or due to a couple. South Node being there in retrograde, that is the end of the community. Relationships, friendships. Remember that South Node is what's left behind. So what's left behind was his beauty also, because of the personal and brutality. Okay. So we have Mars degree, which is like a low fame degree as well. So it was popular for a little bit. It'll be popular for a little bit. It's also in Leo. This is a Leo degree. So it can be weapon or perp holding the weapon. And it's someone popular because it's a Leo degree. So it's a popular person. So basically the popular person is holding the weapon. Also Aries, which is Mars is the ruler of Aries, right? That rules sports. I could even rule sports weapons or anything like that, but it can rule sports. So this is a perp, is popular, plays sports. And this is basically an angry male with a weapon. And it could even be a sports weapon because it rules sports, right? So directly above that, we have North Node right here in the 9th house of Aries. So it's fast paced. When we get there, both of these are retrograde. Chiron and North Node. Chiron's your wounded healer, and this is all in Aries, right? In the 9th house of basically this is what she told me, because this can rule stuff in court. This could be a fast-paced trial, and with Chiron there, but evidence might not be able to prove because it's in retrograde. So there might be tainted evidence, or there might be something that hurts the case because of the retrograde there. All right. Also, someone might be kicked out of school or lose their scholarship. Aries rules sports again. Chiron is at a Libra degree, so injuries to the kidney or bladder with head trauma as well, because Aries rules the head too. So there might be something with the wound in the head challenging to prove or something like that too, because of the Aries there and what the Aries, with Chiron as wounded healer is an Aries. So wound to the head, and with it in retrograde in the 9th house, there may be something here that's hard to prove, because this is also justice. The 9th house it rules justice as well. So there might be something here with the North Node and the Chiron both being retrograde. It'll be fast-paced trial, but there might be some evidence that's hard to prove. And also going back to the Saturn, because I might skip around here because we always do. Saturn in retrograde with the 10th house. Saturn being in retrograde can explain the teeth being out of the body. Okay. Or detached or broken ribs, which matches my readings, but there might be something struggle to prove with the legal proceedings, and that can be a problem with these in here in retrograde. All right. Or they might have a hard time getting it to court or whatever, getting the evidence that they need. There's something with justice here it's not a good thing, because these planets are in retrograde. All right. What's interesting is Jupiter stationing direct and Venus. Okay. So they were turning, I guess is what she means by that. So that could mean a girl involved in the break of the case, because Jupiter is our luck of the chart, and it's stationing, so it's turning back. So luck is coming back on the case after it's been delayed, and there might be a female that comes in that might expose things. Okay. With Venus and Jupiter, stationing direct. So that's so significant. And then the cosmos is going from retrograde to direct. So it was moving at that point, basically, is what that means. Jupiter stationing direct is some justice bringing things to light here. Okay. I cannot read my writing. I was trying to write so fast. So it's conjunct the moon, which is our co-ruler of the victim. So truth about what happened and who he was coming to light as well. In the 10th house, which is out there in the public for all to see, that kind of stuff. Okay. Uranus in the midheaven right here. This was this is a shock to everybody, but it was also like a shock to the driver. There's a lot of shocking info that might come out in regards to this and what happened at the party and what was going on. But there's a retrograde, so it's going to be delayed with whatever comes out. But this is all in the 10th house. So we have Jupiter there, which is a good thing because that's our luck, right? Moon is the co-ruler of our victim always, and then we have Uranus here. So this is all public. And remember that this is all above the horizon, and this is all things that are hidden or below the horizon. But so that means basically there's going to be shocking stuff that comes out, but it's just going to be delayed in doing so. And also it's at an Aquarius degree, so there might be digital evidence. And Taurus, so a lot of farmland around there, or there might be a possible suit that comes out of this. The parents might sue somebody or something like that. And it's, again, all in the 10th house of something that's public. And Uranus also has a tight square to Black Moon Lilith here with the ascendant and Black Moon Lilith. So there might be shock involved in some sexual stuff on the internet as well. The 6th house is in Capricorn, and Pluto is retrograde there. So massive destruction to the bones and body, because 6 is our house of health. And vertex right there at 8 degrees, blood, DNA, bodily fluids. It's a Scorpio degree. So again, it could cause a break in the case because our vertex is always like a luck in the case that we have, So there might be blood evidence, DNA or something like that leads to bodily fluids that leads to a break in the case. And Pluto is also at a Cancer degree. So, this is going to be hard on the family, ruin the family, destruction to the family. It trines to Uranus. So they might find out some not good things, trines to Uranus over here. So they might find out some not good things and they won't handle it well. There might be some deep depression. So make sure, if you know the family, check up on them. The grandmother might have a lot of problems with what's going on because Capricorn rules older people as well and grandmothers. So her health might not be great. So if this was someone that they did not know, we would have the perpetrator in the 9th house. Okay, but we don't. We have them in the 3rd house, which is people neighbors, friends, siblings, blah, blah, blah. And it would be Sagittarius, like putting it in a different area or a different location, right? But we also have Sun and Mercury in the 2nd house. So Sun can roll the perp in the 2nd house. So I don't know, did the perpetrator have some kind of money, or are they affluent in some way? Mercury can be 2 people. This is retrograde though, again. So making it hard to prove. And they might be younger, because Mercury could be like right on the cusp of like older, younger too. They could be like brothers as well. It's at a Gemini degree, so maybe it was filmed or something. Digital evidence again with the retrograde, it's going to be delayed. There's going to be difficulty getting warrants, difficulty to prove things, stuff like that. The sun is at an Aquarius degree, so that's your social circle. Okay, so 11 degrees, social circle, Aquarius degree, sun, perp. It is also the victim's vitality, but in this instance, you can read it as the perp, again, probably wealthy. Okay. In the social circle. Sun trines the moon. Sun trining the moon. Perp who knew him. So this is someone that knew him. Okay. And that also matches all the readings I've done, the cards, everything. So, and Jupiter also trines Mercury as well. So family of these people are going to keep their secrets. They're going to protect them. Your ICs over here at the lowest part of the chart. This is unseen in Scorpio. So they're going to stay quiet. Part of fortune is Sagittarius at an Aries degree in the 5th house. So someone tells, maybe it's possible that someone from a university can tell that's over a state line, because Sagittarius rules like long distances, like other places, things like that, foreigners, stuff like that. So it could be, and also university students and whatnot. So it could be that someone that's in a university now or in college that's from another area is a witness to something, and they might come forward at some point. So someone outside the social group may be a witness in this. It's also trining the ascendant. So information of affair, cheating, flings, etc. to come out from someone in college. That's not far from are possible. It's at an Aries degree, so it tells they tell law enforcement. They could have red hair because of the Aries, but don't take that like that's a hit and miss thing. Or reddish tint. I don't know. It trines the ascendant, so they may have even had a fling with Noah. But it's someone definitely who had a connection with the victim in some way. They tell something. And triangle directly to the part of fortune is someone talking. So right here, going back to this 3rd house here, with Aries and Libra. So the car, we want to try to look at what kind of car it is. This is the Libra type car. So Libra is real beauty and nice things. So it could be that this is like a nicer type vehicle. And I looked up the colors that Libra rules, and it's actually black, and it could have like a green coloring, a green or sparkles. Like the sparkles I was seeing is very Libra-ish, which I didn't know until after I got that. So I find that interesting. It could be red too, as well. But that's not how I see it. So it could be either one of those. This seems what Libra can kind of rule. Or they could have multiple cars. I'm not really sure. They could have traded got rid of one car and kept another. I'm not sure. But it can't rule those 2 colors. But remember, Libra is like sleek, nice, new. So that I feel like it could be that type of car. And it's not always the rule, but there's always exceptions to the rule, but that's, when we're looking at a car in the 3rd house and it's in Libra, it might be like a nice car. Okay. So again, this is someone that he knew that was popular as a jock. His family might have money. It's in social circles. So basically the astrology chart is pointing to the social group. Somebody in his social group that he knew, again, that was popular, a jock, may have money. It's definitely in his social circle. It's not anybody from across the border. It's not anybody he didn't know. It's not a stranger. He didn't get randomly hit by a stranger on the side of the road. That's not the way this chart reads. Okay, this was somebody that is in his social circle that was there, allegedly. So I hope you guys understood that. It's been a couple days since I went over that chart, and I write so fast because she goes over things so fast and we skip around, and I can't read my writing. So hopefully you understood everything that I was trying to say. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thank you for liking, sharing. Please comment. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you.